In this video today, I'm going to show you my 4 favorite icing consistencies that are key in decorating custom sugar cookies. So this is right out of, I haven't added any water to it. And this would be a consistency maybe I would use for florals. It's really, really thick. If I lift it up, it keeps really stiff peaks. And so this would be, a good one for florals or just like details that you need to stand out really 3D. So for me, what I like to do is mix this consistency, and then I will use a little water bottle to, I like using a little bit warmer water, but I will just kind of, takes a while to loosen up and kind of get the water everywhere throughout, but I will kind of thin it down to more of a piping consistency. So in a piping consistency, what I'm looking for is kind of like a toothpaste consistency. And so what I'm looking for is for the peak to still be there, but it kind of does like a little, it will peak up, but then it will kind of flop over when I lift it up. So you can either do the peak test to kind of gauge your consistency, or some people like to do the jiggle test. So the jiggle test is where you if you mess up your icing and then you stick your spatula in there and you jiggle really, really hard, does it flatten out and eventually go down. And so this icing does, so it would pass the jiggle test and the peak test for a outline consistency icing. So I'm just gonna bag up my outline consistency. Okay, so I took that out, I bagged it up, and this bag is from Bee's Baked Art Supplies. I like Wonderfully Delicious too, they're both great. And I usually put a darker clip for my thicker consistency and then a lighter clip for my thinner consistency. Okay, so now I still have this in the bowl. So I'm gonna take my water and just add a little, because again, I have less icing in here and a little goes a long way. So if I were to do a medium consistency, which is what I like to, I really don't use a super runny flood that often, but I like a good medium consistency. And you could do this for outline or flooding. And everyone has different consistencies, so this is just what I like. Okay, so with this medium consistency, what I'm looking for is that it kind of ribbons off my spatula, and if I kind of shake it, it will settle into itself, which it's doing right there. So again, I look for ribboning. If I do a peak, it's just gonna fall over. So the peak test, it's just gonna fall over. It's gonna be there for maybe a few seconds. It's probably about a, 15-second consistency here. And so that's the medium consistency I like. I'm gonna thin it just a little bit more. Since I have an outline consistency, I just don't want to have to mix it around as much on my own. I'd rather it just kind of level itself out without me taking a scribe and having to mix it around. So I'm just gonna thin it a little bit. If I did not bag a thicker consistency, then I would just keep it at that middle one. But since I have a thicker one, see how this one kind of just if I give it a shake, it's already there. And those are the 4 icings I use most for cookie decorating, thick for florals. I love piping and outline for lettering. And then of course my favorite is medium consistency, kind of 2-in-1. And then a good flood consistency is always a favorite for watching cookie decorating videos because it just kind of melts in and it's oh so satisfying. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, follow Pink Lemon Cookies for more tutorials.